There are few worlds as desolate and inhospitable as Quinara. Oceanless, ravaged by violent storms, and baking under the ancient, blistering light of the golden Sardakk star, few life forms could last long dwelling in its trackless deserts. But long ago, though no one is quite certain when, Quinara did develop intelligent life, and fitting for such a desolate and barren world, the Sardakk Nor are equally savage and hostile. Next to nothing is known of their early history, though most experts agree it was likely a violent and Darwinian affair, with each Nor hive fighting the others for supremacy and access to Quinara's limited water supplies. These conflicts likely fostered a warrior culture among the insectal Nor, in addition to rewarding diverse and highly specialized evolution. As a result, the Sardakk are not only the most aggressive and martially skilled of all the great races, but also the most physiologically diverse. Individual Nor come in all variety of shapes and sizes, with each taking a role in Sardakk society based on their abilities. From the bloated sun gliders to the individual drones of the Teklar legions, each of the Sardakk Nor has a role to play in the swarm. Whether the Sardakk Nor invented space travel for themselves, or were given the technology by another, more advanced race, is a matter of fierce debate. But what is known is that once the Sardakk had a way to the stars, everything changed for them. There had long been taught in Sardakk religion a belief that the Nor were destined to one day conquer even the heavens. Now, with ships to carry their Teklar legions, the Sardakk looked to the stars and began to dream of the possibilities. It is likely that their first conquest was the distant planet of Trinlak. This icy and desolate world was nearly as inhospitable as Quinara, with life restricted to ferocious snowdraks and extremely rare ice moonflowers. But soon, Nor boom towers and ice mines began to dot the surface, as the Sardakk sent water back to Quinara in order to grow their hives and prepare for conquest. It was during this conquest they first encountered the Lazaks. Sardakk exotriremes began to flood into the core worlds from beyond the Unicorn Nebula. The Nor believed their moment had come, and soon their swarm would cover the stars. How wrong they were. Still a young race, the Sardakk Nor were naive to the power of the Lazaks, and soon they would learn their folly. The Nor swarm was easily crushed, and the Sardakk were brought to heel by the Imperial race. Following this devastating defeat, the Nor slipped into the background of galactic history, not becoming a major player until the Twilight Wars erupted across the galaxy. In fact, some historians speculate the Nor's defeat by the Lazaks was one of the main reasons that the Sardakk did not play a major part in the bombing of Mechatol. So great was their fear of the Emperors. That does not mean that they did not fight in the Twilight Wars, however. With the Lazaks busy elsewhere, the Sardakk once more took to the stars, taking system after system in bloody crusade. Elnath, then Thibba, Bellatrix, then Velnor, all fell to the Teklar legions of the Nor. On Lysis, the Sardakk massacred the galaxy's largest colony of Sar, an act still remembered by the clan to this day. The Nor seemed unstoppable, with their fleets reaching as far as Saudor before any of the great races could put up a defense. The Hylar, who until then had been unable to hem the Sardakk tide, unleashed their greatest weapon upon the Nor. A prototype war sun, only half finished, arrived in orbit over Saldor. The Sardakk fleet quickly engaged the mobile base before it had a chance to bombard the Nor installations on the planet's surface. It made no difference. Within moments, the entire Sardakk fleet was either destroyed or routed, and then the Hylar's ultimate weapon turned its orbital autocannons on the Nor on Saldor. Not one survived as the station unleashed hellfire from above. The tide now turned. The universities of Jolnar pursued the Sardakk forces back to Quinara, spending much of their own strength to do so. In fact, one can still find the wreckage of the first war sun lying broken and abandoned on the frozen wastes of Trinlak. The Twilight Wars cost both the Hylar and the Sardakk Nor everything, and each spent much of the dark years licking their wounds. But as the Custodial Wars began, the Sardakk began to build their strength, and all the galaxy should fear what will happen when the Teklar legions once more swarm throughout the stars.